This is Thunder at Graylind.com, where we're concluding our pilot test out there at our yogurt facility. Yay, John.
There we go. Do you have a preference as to what you'd like to see first?
Oh, let's go out, look at some numbers. We haven't, had a chance. We can come back, look at computers. We'll get a good assessment now. We've had, third we got 30 plus days already in this test, correct?
Yes, we do.
Great. We can take a look at what we've done the last, I believe, is it 1 week, Doug, since we added the increase in numbers there? It's been 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It has been 2.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
So we'll have a really good baseline after, and then after we've had a chance to add more to see if there's an increase or if that number can be, if it is tapped out. All right.
Okay.
This will be fun.
Okay. Well, we'll go out and take some look at the boilers, then the electrical panels, then the ammonia compressors, and then we'll conclude and go out to the Kohler warehouse.
Epic. All right. We got the other members of the Quantum crew here this evening as we all cross-train, get live in the field with us all the time on our live stream.
Okay, we'll go into the back of this boiler. First off, show you what our this boiler is running at 100% temperature of the water. So we've got a pump down below. We're going to take a look at the floor here.
Holy wow.
Okay. Take a look at the back of the boiler where we have this, we're taking these readings.
Oh, up from the 113, right? Yeah, nice.
Okay. We'll go over to this other boiler where we've got the puck down below. Oh, you know what? We actually switched boilers the other day. So this one where we have the puck, turn it off. I'm sorry. Guess we'll have to skip this one here tonight. I'll have to get to my books. Did you have those baselines on that other first boiler, what we call boiler number 1, Douglas?
Well, we'll have them on video. We just got to go back and look at the numbers and pull it up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here's the temperature's a lot lower. We have a thermal and an electrical panel here up above. We have a puck up above these. Oh, we're nice and cool.
That's crazy cool. I didn't know they went that low.
The power factor, wow, is 90. The harmonic distortion is at 31, around 30 on average on this one. A little bit lower than when we first started, lower than baseline. This other one right above us is where the puck is sitting. Power factor is 0.93. Total harmonic distortion is around 10.5 on average. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, we'll head over. We'll take a look at those ammonia compressors that we got.
24 degrees is where this thing begins at.
Where what?
I was telling people the 24 degrees is the temperature where this place starts at.
Okay. Okay, here we go on our ammonia compressor.
Whoa.
That's our temperature that's being cooled down to the cooling circuit. It's actually saying it's 19, 20 degrees. RPMs are 1500. That's considerably lower. Wow.
Wow.
That's considerably lower there.
That's 20 degrees. Hmm.
Here's the other one on the ice water circuit. That's quite a bit lower. So that's running a little bit hotter here in the oil.
That, a little more warmer.
Well, actually, it's a little bit low on oil, so I'm looking there on that gauge. So you have to take a look at something there.
He's blowing oil. Get the
And that's the temperature for that water circuit. There's our RPM. Oh, yeah, so that one's running quite a bit cooler. Okay. All right. And we'll head out to the cooler warehouse. That'll take me a couple of minutes here to get over that.
It's a big place. Big place that spends a lot of money trying to keep that yogurt at a steady 37 degrees in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it gets on the electricity about $250,000 a month.
But lately, the plant hasn't had to work as hard to keep that plant colder. Eddie's officer. This is how far the air condition or the cold air has to travel just to get out to where this production plant is.
Yeah, about a fifth of a mile.
Puts it in perspective there now, doesn't it? That air would travel at 24 degrees to come out at the vents at 34 degrees. The air would lose 10 degrees traveling, just figure 1,000 feet. Well, now the air is actually coming out at the same temperature or slightly above or slightly below the 24. Sure.
Yeah.
Which, ridiculous money.
Okay, here we go. Come in here. We'll take a reading on the floor.
Floor wall.
Do.
Yep, floor wall. Look at that.
27 degrees. We'll go over here to this wall where we've always taken our readings. Oh. We got some good temperature here. Okay. Go up to the seating. Okay. Then we'll go over here to this chiller where we've been taking our reading. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
23 degrees. We have dropped it 10 degrees constant.
Yep. This has been consistent. So I'm going to go try to get it here in the chiller room. See what kind of numbers we got in here.
That's the only area of the factory that we do lose cell service. But the numbers that you've told us coming out of there, as we see it as far as we can, it's crazy cold. We're seeing, oh, there we are. 10, 8. The original temperature, ladies and gentlemen, was out of 24 degrees. We broke the laws of thermodynamics. And no cuffs, just broken laws. I see 1.64 for the low. Peak at 0.8, 1. 2. What'd you get down to?
I got down to a -1 inside there.
Woo!
Okay. Holy cow, those some good readings tonight.
Yeah. Okay, the numbers are now adjusted. Oh, the few extra Twinkies, I think, helped. We still within that zone, but yet a constant in that zone. Some of the numbers have improved this week, last 2 weeks. But I think we've had more of a combination of the building now just getting more saturated and more energy. And our pilot is concluded. I am overwhelmed. Just looking at these numbers and changes, I'm venturing to say 50 to 100,000 in savings. We'll get that number. I'm guessing a little closer to 100 than 50. I'm going to see, yeah, that's a per month savings we will be doing for this type of facility.
Oh yeah, that's incredible. Well, we'll go back, take a look at the computer. Let's take a look at some of the baselines and see how our power curves and our power consumption has been throughout this month.
Look at the data on the monitors. That's why I was so very excited about trying this facility as a pilot, because you guys had such incredible monitoring equipment.
Yeah, we've got a lot of
the original walkthrough here of this place, and you were showing me the instruments that you had. I'm thinking, wow, this is better than a, I don't know if there is a testing facility that would allow us such accurate results. I don't believe that lab exists out there. So in my opinion, this is better than this is better than a testing facility. This is a company.
Yeah, they've put a lot of money into knowing exactly what they have, so they can try to get these numbers as efficient as they possibly can.
And talk about a rate of return on their investment. Our technology just paid for all of the equipment that they put in there. We're the type of company that these instruments validate. Got calls all the world lately that have been watching your videos, John.
What's that?
Gotten calls all over the world of people watching your videos on this.
Oh, have they really?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get my coat off here. We'll pull up the computer screen.
Has the factory started cycling up any heaters yet inside the business?
Yeah, they've actually started this last 2 weeks. They started ramping up the heaters a little bit, but not very much. I mean, they've throttled them down. What's been really interesting is that when they started this up, they usually ramp the boiler temperature up really high, but they put it down on the low idle. I'll just show you. Let me switch over to this other screen. Okay, let me log into this other computer here real quick.
Yeah.
I'll give you just kind of for instance.
You got a vent above you. Take a heater reading and see what temperature is coming out.
Let's see. No, I don't have a vent in this particular room.
Okay.
There's a lot of separate circuits. There's probably about 30 HVAC units sitting on top of this building. And here's the heating circuit on here. I don't know if you can see that. The valve on that steam right there is open at about 50%. Well, it's a little bit higher right now. For the most part, all of this week, that number in the orange has been down at about 140 degrees because they just haven't had to use the temperature to keep this place heated. It's just been keeping warm for the most part. So it's very minimal that they've had to use this to get it up, even though we've had some of the coldest temperatures. You know, where you guys are going to get that Arctic vortex or whatever here in the next little bit. We had one last week, and hardly even had to use this system, where usually we have it ramped up very hot.
Pine Top Dave did a wonderful install yesterday, how to install, and yeah, included the hot water heater. I tell everybody, the hot water heater and the refrigerator, yeah, it's the two best places in the house, along with all the windows and vents. You will maximize your thermodynamics, and that's what we're doing here.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm foaming at the mouth. This is the 25th of December here, I think, and I got a whole bunch of green and red presents under the tree. My goodness, look at these numbers.
Okay, let's see. What day is today? Today's the 12th. Okay. Looks like it's been a couple of days since they've updated. They haven't updated over the weekend here. But we'll back up just a little bit. See if I can get this printed here so I can show you some stuff. See what I'm doing. Okay, the 8th was Thursday. 9th is here. Okay, so these numbers down here, kind of the higher production. This is the tonnage that they're producing down here. And since this always varies, they take their energy consumption, their gas consumption. They monitor the water purification, how much they're cleaning it up, the total solids, refrigeration, amount of steam that they use, all of this. And then they take that number and they divide that into the amount of tonnage that they produce. And that starts to give them the efficiency of what they're doing. And so this way, since everything is kind of given to a baseline as to what it's divided into, we can find comparable numbers and see how they compare. So, for instance, right here where we have this 523 tons that was produced for that day, we can look up here in the electrical, and we can see that 163, they consumed 163 kilowatts per ton. Then if we come over here to another day that was somewhat similar, let's take this 535 right here. When we go up, we can see that they did 153 kilowatts per ton on that one. So that one should be just a little bit lower by the time it's divided into the amount of tonnage that they run. We take this number and we go backwards to before the 3rd. I haven't done this yet. Let's see if we can find it. We're 535. There's 540.
We can't. You don't have it logged in for November of last year, then, do you?
No, I think when I rolled this back, when we started putting it on this particular computer, we got it on paper. This goes back to, I think August is when we set this one up, and we have a different computer system. So it's all logged in, but it's put into a different database. But I could go in there and dig that out for us.
If I don't see it being that much different than, say, September.
Okay, let me go back over here.
Perhaps October. Let's go with the month of October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there's December.
Yeah, November close.
There's November. So here comes October.
We have total tonnage, total usage, all that.
Yep. So we have 540. The one that we've seen that's been quite interesting is if you look all through this month of October, our coefficient of efficiency, coefficient of performance, the COP of refrigeration, our coefficient of performance is all running down around 3.6, 3.8, 3.9. And since we put those pucks in, we come back over here, that has jumped clear up into the 4s, as high as 4.4, 4.5, 4.2. We see an occasional day where it drops off, but for the most part, 4.7, 4.3.
Awesome.
That's running consistent in the 4s for us. So that you can plot that one and see that just took off, and it's remained there. So we've seen, like a
consistency.
Well, yeah. So it really logged itself up there. Let me go back here just a little bit on the take a number 535. Here's the third. Okay, this is a couple of days before we started bringing anything in. So that one was 153. We come back to somewhere here in October. We have a 540 here somewhere. There's a 540. That one's 148. So that one kind of falls in line with what we'd been doing. From what I had seen, though, once we plotted this, when we go October versus November, where we saw on a bunch of these numbers, we saw that there was an increase when we first started this, that there was an increase in the on the overall average, that we were using less energy on average, probably by at least 10%. 434, 423.
Well, 10%, okay. 10% on a $260,000 a month electric bill. That's still $26K.
Oh yeah. What I'll do is I'm going to take this data and I'll see if I can get this rounded out, and I'll actually put it into some get it plotted into some pie charts or some bar charts or something like that, so we can kind of take a look at it, because it's kind of hard to just make that comparison just right off the numbers. But I'll get those numbers for you, and then I can give you a copy of those bar charts, and then you can start to see where it jumped and made an increase and then kind of leveled off right there.
That will be the presents I get to take to school after Christmas to show all the other kids. This has been like a Christmas present for a little kid here today. I'm not kidding you. There's no lot. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing those reports. Anything else you want to throw in, John?
No, I think for the main part, we took a good baseline. We saw it shift. We saw it kind of level off and get to its point, and it has held that number consistently. And like you saw when we went back into the cold room, we've held that. We started out at about 38, and we've been consistently down in the low 20s ever since then.
Yeah. No, it's overwhelming. Yeah, scientific proof. Thank you so very much, John. Until next time, this is Thunder at Graylind.com. Stay cool.